Our course is English for Business. So, as a first session, we have greeting with personal introduction.
First, let's talk about greetings. When we are learning some new words or phrases, it's very important to consult a dictionary to be sure about all the things we're learning. About the definition of greetings, the Cambridge Dictionary says that it's something friendly or polite that you say or do when you meet or welcome someone. Otherwise, the Oxford Dictionary indicates that a greeting is a polite word or sign of welcome or recognition. In both dictionaries, the similarities are that greeting is a word we say or an action we do to welcome someone. When we are about to greet someone, it's very important to know what time it is where that client, supplier, or person of interest lives. That's because the way of greeting that person is different if it's the morning, the afternoon, or night in that place. A really good option to know what time it is in a certain place is to use Google to make a quick search. If we write, for example, what time it is in China, the first result is the time in China in that very moment.
So next, there are many types of greetings. We have informal types and also formal types. Informal types we can use with people that are our friends, but not also them. We can use it with some clients that we already have some kind of frequent communication that have kind of become our friends. So to say hello, we have the following. We can say hi dear. You know what is dear, right? So we can say hi dear. We can say hello Andrea, for example, as a name. Hello, I don't know. Hello Erika, hello Emerson, hello Sergio. Also, and this one, the one in here, hey, it is more for American people from the USA. So they say, hey Andrea. So these are the main types of saying hello. Then after you say hello, you usually ask how the other person is, how they are. So for a way of saying how they are, we can say, how are you? Or how are you doing? Or how's it going? It is the same. After you asking how are you, or after they ask you how are you have to answer. So to say how you are, you can say fine, thanks, good, thanks, all right, thanks, not bad, or I'm okay. Usually, for answering people that is not our close friend, we tend to just answer in a positive way. Maybe we might be feeling bad, but we cannot tell another people, especially in business, that we are feeling bad because as a polite way, they're gonna ask you, why are you feeling bad? So you will have to answer. So for politeness, you just answer that you are well. So you use this this answer. So finally, after you answer how are you have to return the question as a polite. So you say, and you, what about you? Or how about you? That's the informal way. So in the formal way, we have the following ways of saying hello. That it is good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. But there's a special thing with good night that we're gonna see it on the following page. Now, after this, we have the titles. These are very important. When you speak to someone that you don't know very well, or to a client or a supplier, you have to use a title. So you can use sir for a male, you can use madame for a girl, for a woman. Also, you can use Mr. In this case, Mr. Fernandez. Mr. is for male. Mrs. is for a female that is married. Then we have me, that is for a lady who is not married, that you are sure that she is not married. And Miss, Miss without, it is like Miss. Can you say that? It looks like Miss, but it doesn't have an I and it doesn't have an extra S. So this one is for women that you don't know their marital status. For example, um, I can say good morning to Erica. For example, I can say good morning, Erica, or in this case, good morning, because I don't know if she is married or if she is single. I just say good morning, Miss, for Miss Acevedo, because I don't know her marital status, because it is unpolite to say a lady Miss, this Miss, if we don't know if she is married, or say Mrs. and maybe she's not married. So we use the word Miss, just Miss. Okay? Miss. When you say this one, you say Miss. You do a really hard intonation on the E, so you say Miss, and the other one is Miss. It's like it is shorter and it is like a little more quiet. So the other one is Miss and the other one is Miss. So after this, you can ask how they are. So for a formal way of asking someone how they are, you can ask, how are you? Or how are things with you? It is the same thing. Finally, some phrases that you can say, it is, it's been a long time, hasn't it? It is for saying, I didn't see you a long time ago. And another phrase you can say, it is lovely to see you again. So that you enjoy seeing another person. So now we're gonna see, when do I use good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night? First of all, good morning is when you speak to a person from 12 a.m. until 11:59 a.m. So this is from midnight, medianoche, from midnight until 11:59 a.m. before noon, antes de mediodía. Later, the next one is good afternoon. Good afternoon, it is from noon until 6 p.m. And finally, we have good evening. And good evening is from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. And the last one, it is a special one. Good night. In Peru, in Spanish, when we meet someone at night, we said good night, how are you? In Spanish, right? We say buenas noches as a greeting. But in English, it is not correct to say good night. We have to say good evening. Good night is especially from 9 p.m. onwards until midnight, before midnight. But it is especially to say goodbye. You don't enter a place and say good night as a greeting. You just say it as a goodbye. You understand? So next, okay, perfect. So after this, we have introducing, how we introduce ourselves. So again, because it is a new word that we are learning, we're gonna search it on dictionaries. So to introduce, it is to tell someone another person's name the first time they met. That's introduce. And according to Oxford Dictionary, it is to make someone known by name to another in person, especially formally. So in this case, introduce is to tell another person the name of another person for the first time we met. So introducing yourself, it is to tell someone our name for the first time. Okay? So what should we say when we introduce ourselves to another person? So I have right I have written it in three parts. Okay? So the first one is to say I wanted to introduce myself. Or maybe another option is, I don't think we have actually met formally yet. And another option it is, I don't believe we've met before. Please take note that these options that I'm letting you know here are not the only ones. There are many other options, but these are the ones that I have found that are most commonly used. After you say this brief introduction to introduce yourself, you say who you are. So you introduce yourself. So you say, in this case, my name is Liliana Kipusco. So it is very important that every time you meet someone, especially in business, you say your name and your last name. So I would say, my name is Liliana Kipusco. Or maybe another option is, I am Liliana Kipusco. So finally, the third part of the introduction, it is to say who I work for. In this case, I work for example, Microsoft. Okay, so I work for Microsoft as a, and then you said the job title. So I would say I work for Microsoft as an engineer, or I work for Microsoft as an administrator. Another option is I am the engineer of Microsoft. So I say I am the, and you put your job title and then of, and then you put which company you're working for. Another option is I am, and you say the company name with an S and your job title. So you say I'm Microsoft's engineer, or I am IBM's. IBM is a company that is kind of like Microsoft that does computers. So I am IBM's engineer. And the last one, it is I am responsible for sales, for example, at IBM, or I am responsible for sales at IBM or Microsoft. This is the main of introducing yourself in business. After you say this, you can say, nice to meet you. I think you have learned that already in your English classes, right? So you can say, nice to meet you, or very nice to meet you. Another option is, pleased to meet you. And finally, you can say, it is a pleasure to meet you. And after you say this, you have to answer. So you can answer, nice to meet you too, or I'm glad to meet you too, or it is very nice to meet you as well. That is kind of a two. And the other one is me too. So next, the other part is introducing someone else in business. What did you say? I don't know if you have ever had this the opportunity of introducing someone else in business. Don't worry, Lila. Don't worry. It is okay. So, I don't know if you ever had the opportunity to introduce yourself to someone else in business. I recently had a meeting with some Chinese suppliers of big machines for making plastic. So it was myself, it was the Chinese supplier, and there was another person that it was the owner of the company that was interested in buying this machine. So this person didn't knew Spanish, didn't knew English. So and the Chinese guy, the supplier, only speak English. So I had to introduce someone else in the business. So in this case, you can say the following. We have two parts. So the first one, it would be, have you met? And you say the name in here. Okay. The other is, I would like to introduce you to, and you use the name. The last one, it is, there is someone I would like you to meet. This is, and you say the name. And the second part, it is, you can say he or she, depending on if it is a male or a female. He or she works for, and you say the name, as a, and you say what's the job title. The other one, the other option is he or she is the, and you use the job title, and then you say o and the company. Another option is he or she is, and you say the company and the job title. Finally, you can say he or she is responsible for, and you say the job role, and then at, and you use the company. So, so how you say goodbye in business? There are many ways of saying goodbye, and again, there are informal ways and formal ways. So, informal ways, it is again, you can use it for people that you have previously talked to that are not friends, but you are kind of friendly to. And uh, the formal way of saying goodbye, you can use it especially for people that you are meeting for the first time, or people that you are not too frequently, or maybe people that it is older than you, so you know that you can talk to them in an informal way. So ways of saying goodbye in an informal way could be see you later or see you soon. Another way is it's been lovely to see you, that you enjoy seeing the person. Another way it is it was great to see you. And after this, you can say these other options. There are have a great afternoon, or have a great evening, or have a great morning. It is like after you say see you soon, or it's lovely to see you. Another could be have a nice afternoon. For example, in Spanish, I don't know if you use this, but I usually, this is as an example. Every time I go into a taxi, especially when it is, I don't know, a taxi from Taxi or Uber, I would say in Spanish, buenas noches, eh, que tenga un buen día, usualmente. Buenas noches, que tenga un buen día. So this is the same. You can say, see you soon or see you later, have a nice afternoon. It's like a little extra after you say goodbye. And also you can say, have a wonderful afternoon or evening. These are the informal ways. So in the formal ways, we have these ones. Finally, the formal ways to say goodbye, it is goodbye. It is nice to have met you, that you enjoy. The other way is goodbye. It is a pleasure to have met you. It is the same. Another way is it was a pleasure finally meeting you. And finally, you can say it was very nice to meet you. I hope we meet sooner. We meet again soon. And after this, you can use the title. So you can say goodbye. It's nice to have met you, sir or madam. And the same, you can say Mr. or Mrs. or Miss or Miss. Okay? So, finally, we have in here a little extra that you can say, some extra phrases. You also can say, thank you very much for dinner or lunch. This is especially when you go to another person's house or place to eat. Or maybe you can go to a restaurant and they invite you. So you can say, thank you very much for dinner. It was lovely. Or thank you very much for lunch. This one, it is, thank you very much for having me. It is mostly used when you go to another people's houses or offices. So it would be, thank you very much for having me. And another way could be, thank you very much for a lovely evening. These expressions are usually can be usually said in informal and formal ways, depending on the situation that you are. If you had a lunch or a dinner or a breakfast with someone and it wasn't some in your client's house, but I don't think that you will go to your client's house, but it could be, you don't know, to their houses, or you go to a restaurant with them and they pay, so you can say, thank you very much for dinner, it was lovely. If you go to someone's office, you can say, thank you very much for having me. And finally, having me, um, in Spanish would be like tenerme, but in this case, it is for saying, yes, in this case, no, don't worry. Thank you very much for having me would be like literally in Spanish would be muchas gracias por tenerme, but it is not for tenerme. It would be like thank you very much for. En español sería como que muchas gracias por atenderme, claro, por haberme atendido o por haberme, sí, más que todo por haberme atendido o por tenerme, se refiere por tenerme en el lugar. O sea, por tú haber ido al lugar de la otra persona. Por eso les decía, en este caso, for having me, for this place, esta opción usualmente se utiliza cuando tú vas a la casa o a la oficina de otra persona, porque te están dando la bienvenida en su espacio de trabajo, en su espacio de tu casa, ¿no? O al lugar a donde vayas que no es tuyo, sino te estás encontrando en un tercer lugar. Entonces, usualmente, having me se utiliza para eso, por atenderme, por haberme recibido, más que todo, por haberme recibido o por atenderme, como tú dices. Ujú. So, finally, I have a little video that we're going to see. There are many people in the world. There are many countries. And many countries, they don't speak English. They speak different languages. For example, in here we speak Spanish. So, as we as a Spanish speaker and we learn English, we have an accent. But maybe I for sure have an accent, but maybe I don't listen to it. Maybe for sure you have an accent, but you won't listen to it. So I'm gonna show you a video where people, it is a guy, it is a YouTuber that he tries to simulate uh, accents from another countries. So I want you to listen to this. So maybe you can pick up by ear how the different ways he speaks. Okay? So try to turn your volume up as loud as you can so you can hear well, okay?
Hi there. This is my normal accent. I'm from California, and so I sound like all the people they put in the Hollywood films. But in this video, I'll be giving you 14 different accents that aren't my own. Hey y'all, I know y'all got a lot of other videos to watch, but you stopped here and you clicked mine, and I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Orale. No, but for real though, I know you guys got a lot of things going on, and you gotta put the kids to sleep, and you gotta brush your teeth and all that stuff, but I'm really glad you stopped by, you know what I'm saying? So thanks. I appreciate it. This is not gonna be an easy thing. This is something that you're gonna have to explain to your wife, that you're watching videos and those kids are crying. Yeah, that was a good idea. And now you have another channel to subscribe to. Auf Wiedersehen. If you are not a fan, go away. Yeah, man, don't stick around if you don't really like what you see. But if you do, show your love and click like, favorite the video, and even subscribe to the channel. It's the last time I make the request. Thanks again. Rastafari! This video was not directed by Guy Ritchie. Yes, actually, this video was written and directed by Video Snicker. G'day mate, throw another shrimp on the barbie! No, I'm just kidding. I totally don't talk like that. In fact, a lot of people get insulted when I try and sound like that. It's very commercialised, and I apologise. Hello there, I'm Amy Walker. I've shaved my head and I've gained a few pounds. Hello. Thank you very much for watching me on the computer. Au revoir. Ah, yes, it's so nice to have a company to come in tonight. I was alone and then I turn on the camera and everybody wants to come and party. It's wonderful. I love it. Thank you very much. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Yes, so what I can do a New York accent. What do you want, a cookie? And last but not least, thank you, all of you so much. Like all you subscribers, I've already got like 48 subscribers and I've looked at all your profiles and you guys, I've watched all your videos and they're so awesome. You people are so supportive. I'm trying not to get emotional because I'm just so happy that you're here. Thank you so much again, and you can watch all my videos as many times as you want, okay? Okay, bye. See you next time. Video Snicker out.
That will be all. I wanted to thank you for your attention, for being here with me.